Hallihallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Avowed. Also, wir können das ohne Probleme machen. Die wollen wir verfeinern, weil es gibt eh nur 4 Stellen Metall und die 2 Waffen mit jeweils einer Verbissung.
Can't wait to see how this turns out.
Ich werde beide Waffen eher nicht hernehmen.
May it serve you well.
Hast dich selbst übertroffen.
So. Anything less would be an enormous waste of potential. We have.
It's a
So, zeig mal die Arkebuse.
Here it is. A firearm unlike any other. I call it the Moonstrike Arquebus, for it will strike your enemies as fiercely as Abaddon's hammer struck the falling moon.
Wieder ein Meister weg. So, wunderbar. Zeigen wir euch auch kurz. Genau, Kraftangriff versuchen Frostschaden. Beides Frostwaffen.
What do you want? But that's all. So just...
Damn. Outsiders in the keep? Joffrey really must be shit at commanding the wardens if you got in. Marius? You're back? God's alive. I never thought I'd see you again.
Mina, is that you? Didn't recognize you with all that whiskey smell around you.
The whiskey helps me sleep. I've been working extra shifts without Petru here. Things would be a lot better if he was still in charge.
Ah, Joffrey ist auch nicht so glücklich.
Left? That what he told you? Sucker. Our captain didn't just up and disappear without warning. Something must have happened to him. It's law in the keep that we don't ever leave Solace. Ever. Not unless we're on assignment at an outpost. Your friend Marius here is an example as to what happens if we do. Some people don't like that. Petru... he skirted the rules. Has some project out there, at that abandoned warden tower. He usually goes out for a day or two, but always comes back. It's been weeks now, and nothing. I figure... something must have happened to him. Who knows what's out there? Attacked by Zarips, killed in a lava flow. I think so too. I'd love to look into it, but Joffrey won't spare any wardens. Look, I know it's not your business, but you're the only one who can go in and out of the keep. If you happen to go by the abandoned warden tower, just to the northwest of Solace, keep an eye out for him, all right? Even a clue as to where he is would help. Maybe I'd be able to convince Joffrey to send someone after him.
Gut, mach
Never
ich.
thought I'd see an outsider do more for me than my own people. Thanks, Adiren.
I've been known to disappear when deep in my research, but this sounds much more ominous.
Da, hier ist auch noch eine Truhe. Spannend. Ein unvollendetes Gedicht. Und ein Tagebuch. Ah ja, da haben wir den Schlüssel. 102 Dietrich. Hätte ich auch nicht gedacht am Anfang. Wir da mal dreistellig werden damit. Hier sind eher alle verschlossen, also. Ich hätte hier irgendwo noch eine gesehen. Gott, ein alter Hammer.
As sure as you banish the entropy from our... You must be the outsider I've heard so much about, yes? I am pleased to meet you.
Bolty? Is that you?
Marius? Won't the Commandant be surprised? What can I do for Solace's most fascinating guests?
Dann zeig mir doch erstmal deine Waren. Aha, die Schatzkarte. Kommt mir jetzt erstmal nicht bekannt vor.
I am an attendant of the Council of Solace. I do whatever they ask of me, frankly. Currently, it is my honor to watch over the Shrine of Wodeka and keep it as pristine as the goddess herself.
You mean it's your honor to stay where the council can keep an eye on you?
Muss wissen, was damit auf sich hat.
Bolty had a reputation for taking things from the armory and selling them to traders for a profit.
I paid my debt to Solace. I have changed.
Yeah, well, the council is keeping you close by, just in case you haven't.
Ich werde jetzt einfach gehen. Ein Bodika-Gebet. Die beten den hier also an. War der nicht böse? Die trinken zumindest fleißig Bier hier.
Move along, outsider. Consultation hours are... Oh my. No, of course not. What can I do for one such as yourself?
Was kannst du mir über Nandru erzählen?
Our beloved founder. Nandru sought to create a sanctuary in the deadliest part of the island. He called it Solace. Many believe Nandru was led here by a spirit guardian of some kind. Others believe he was simply an excellent judge of location. Regardless, many of his traditions remain in place to this day, while others may have fallen by the wayside.
Sagen deine Aufzeichnungen über das Ende von ihm.
That is a topic of much discussion. We know that in the end, Nandru sought peace and solitude. Some foolish souls say that Nandru traveled to the garden, and that he enjoys an afterlife of peace and bliss. Hogwash. I believe Nandru died alone, having found his silence at last. Nandru would never have considered bliss a true reward. Unfortunately, all we have is belief. Nandru's remains were never found, and no record exists of his passing.
Was über den Garten?
If you ask about the tilled ground made for growing plants, no. Very few here have that knowledge. But Nandru did speak of a garden from time to time. He created the Wardens of Solace to oversee that garden specifically. No one can say for sure what the garden meant to him, for none has set foot there. I fear I cannot help you beyond that.
Na dann.
What more can I do to enlighten you?
Ja, nix mehr, alles gut.
An outsider. I've never seen someone so Oh, good. Someone's come along. I can't believe the only person that stopped is an outsider. Will you help me, please?
Wobei?
My hammer. One of the smiths down below sold it to me, and I'm not likely to get such a fine one again. But with all the construction going on here, still, I slipped and dropped it. I think it's somewhere down there. Do you think you can find it,
Klar. Hier ist er.
Ah, you have done me a great service, Amakul. Merty envoy, may your kindness be repaid swiftly. Found a spider the size of my face in my quarters last night.
Entwurf eines Briefes.
On the bright side, pretty good in a stew.
I do hope no one's... Who let you in here? What do you want?
Versteckst du
No,
dich hier?
of course not. Who am I kidding? I must live, no, suffer in squalor now. Unfortunately, none of the merchants in the keep have things that live up to my tastes. But as long as Mihala continues to shun the rest of the lands, we must make do with an ever-shrinking supply of true goods.
Es soll bald
Truly?
eine Handelskammer
Oh,
herkommen.
how exceptionally convenient. I shall have to wear something really dazzling. Now, shoo, let me change.
Okay. Und zieh dich um.
Ja.
So, schau mal hier vorne. Hier gibt es ja ganz viele
Very
Pflanzen.
image of Nandru indeed. The gods send you at the most opportune time. A word, please.
Ja, ich rede auch
Raluca
mit dir.
told me we have you to thank for getting the waters flowing once more. It's regrettable that the Delamgan is so territorial. Imagine what we could learn from the ruins she guards. But at least we will have water. Take this. Even with the Delamgan restricting our access, a working aqueduct is invaluable. Thank you again for your help. Perhaps whatever blessed Nandru truly does live in you.
Na, bestimmt.
Outsiders in the halls, Nandru.
Okay, dann.
Ready yourselves.
Mal hier mit
Council's
dem
just up this lift.
kannst du reden.
Of course they
Die
have
Stadt
an
eh schon
elevator.
fertig.
How elevated.
Viel. Witziges Wortspiel jetzt.
Kate, we will talk about this later. We have a guest.
Ist mir egal. Ja, dann machen wir den Schlüssel. Witzig, wie wir, wenn wir uns schnell umdrehen, die Schneeflocken sehen. Hier sind die nächsten Schriften von Sorena. Eine herausgerissene Seite. Hallo.
What is the meaning of this? Who let them in here?
They're here because I vouched for them.
Marius, you're alive.
There were rumors you died, Marius. We mourned you. You shouldn't have returned.
I trust you came back to us for good reason.
Wir haben gerade die Stahlgrotte im Horn gesehen. Euer Leben ist
I
Gefahr.
doubt that. There isn't an inch of this land the wardens do not patrol, day and night. If the steel garrote were here, we would know.
And if they are here, let them come. Solace has stood against worse threats for hundreds of years.
They destroyed a city full of animancers. If they come for solace, even these ancient walls won't save you. If that's all you'll do, you might as well not do anything.
Although I wonder why we should bother trusting you. We heard that you were responsible for a great many deaths in Shatterscarp. Give me a reason to tolerate you for even a second longer.
Ich habe getan, was nötig war.
Indeed. But you've brought us news. Now I'm curious. What do you expect us to do for you, It sounds like you have something in mind.
Helft uns, der Traumgeist
There is
ein
no
Ende zu
dream
retten.
scourge in Galawain's tusks.
Nor has there ever been.
Ihr müsst bemerkenswerte Schüler zur arkanen Künste beherbergen, um so
We have
beschützt zu
no
werden.
special magic here, and few scholars. It is the spirit of Nandru, our founder, that shields us. Loudly rings his name.
So it is believed, at any rate.
Your cynicism shames you, Kostya, and shames Nandru's sacred halls. When Nandru walked beneath the keep to meet the gods and disappeared into its depths, he knew what dangers would come for us. He left his wardens to protect us.
Jede andere Gemeinde auf dieser Insel leidet bereits unter der Traumgeißel.
How can I trust an Adiran to truthfully report the state of the land beyond our borders?
These are unusual times, Mihala. Regrettably, I must confirm the envoy's tale. Our messengers have heard as much from Paradis, Fior, Thirdborn. Perhaps we have only been lucky. What if Nandru's aegis no longer protects us?
I do not believe it, but I am not unmoved by the stories we have heard from the other settlements. You say you mean to end this plague of madness, envoy?
Zeig uns den Weg in den Garten.
There is no path.
Nor has there been for hundreds of years. There was a bridge once, but it fell in Nandru's time. How do you know of our garden, envoy?
Festgestellt, dass dort die Quelle der
Mind how
Traumgeißel
you
ist.
speak of the garden in these halls, envoy.
The garden is our sacred purpose, its observation and protection, a task handed to us by Nandru himself. He once wrote that the island spoke to him, perhaps as it has spoken to you.
The envoy does bear a remarkable resemblance to our founder, does he not?
The markings on your face, I recognized them. But I didn't want to believe an Adiran could have anything in common with Nandru.
Wir haben ein altes Tagebuch von Nandro
Enough.
gefunden.
I know you outlanders to be audacious, but claiming you read the lost journal of our founder, there are no words. If Nandru ever wrote such a thing, do you think the Pargrunen would forget it? Would the living archives misplace such an artifact? We did not lie to you. The bridge has fallen. The path is long gone.
If there is another way, envoy, you will have to discover it yourself. But I fear you will be disappointed.
Dass wir
Even
nicht
if
sagen,
we
wo wir
knew of the
suchen könnten.
potential of another path, we couldn't tell you. Your facial markings might be similar to Nandru's, but we will not change our ways for an accident of flesh and cartilage. You are an outsider and will remain one forever. The agent of an empire bent on destroying all that we have built. Envoy, you and those like you are why we are here. The Wardens exist to stand in your way.
Meine Aufgabe steht über dem Belang.
However noble you may believe your purpose, it is yours alone.
It's mine, too.
You have no more standing in these halls than the envoy does, Marius. We have no obligation, and indeed no inclination to help you.
Ja, ihr macht einen Fehler, weil ich werde eure Wünsche
Good.
respektieren.
Be sure of it.
Kostya, see the envoy out of our halls. Enough time has been wasted on inconsequential matters.
With all due haste, Mihala.
And Marius, don't stay gone so long next time.
If this is the kind of warm welcome I can expect, I can't wait to come back.
Follow me, envoy.
Right. I warned you they'd be useless. Or maybe I didn't, but I thought about it. You'd be better off tracking the Steel Garrote. At least they're not useless bureaucrats.
And I thought Vidara was infuriating.
Das hat tatsächlich sehr wenig gebracht.
Still lingering?
Ich habe den Brief gefunden.
Thank you, Envoy. Let's see. I suspect it's another one of Kostya's attempts at courting Adir. No matter. I've dealt with this before, and she'll deal with it again. But I appreciate your assistance in maintaining the peace in Solace Keep. Take this key. There's a chest in my office whose contents you might find interesting. Still,
Wir müssen über Peter
Captain of the
reden.
Wardens? He's away on an errand for me. What about him?
Hübsche Lüge, wir wissen beide, dass das nicht passiert ist.
Deeren. I don't know how you found out, but I'd warn you to stay out of the Council's business.
Ich weiß leider schon nicht mehr, was passiert
Petru's
ist.
ideas are a danger to Solace and go against his oath. If you must pry, I can assure you, he is safe. And he will stay far away from Solace until he can be trusted again.
Fallschiene einzusperren, die
You know
andere
what?
Ideen haben.
I'd almost think you genuinely believe that if you didn't carry an Adherin crest. Now be gone. I have other work to do, and I do not need to justify myself to you of all kith.
A leader who punishes those who speak against them. Sounds familiar.
Ja.
I just wanted a word before you went on your way. I
Abend.
wanted to apologize for what happened in the council chamber. The situation here is desperate. We have more mouths than food. The old sicken. The young suffer. But Mihala, well, she's a devoted warden to her core. I think she'd rather we starve than ask for help.
Du bist anderer Meinung.
Of course. Our people starve and grow ill. And it's all because Mihala insists duty to the dead means more than the living. She won't let our people leave, or speak with outsiders, or trade for the resources we need. There is no reasoning with her. Anything that doesn't strictly serve our oath to Nandru is treason of the highest order. It's why I play my part where she can see. I don't want to risk her wrath.
Für eine schwierige Situation.
It is. I understand, Mihala, but principles won't keep your people fed and safe.
Das stimmt.
Neither our oaths nor this keep will prevent our people from starving. Change must happen. We need to leave the keep. Do you understand me?
Ja. Was genau willst du
The
von mir?
keep decays, and we drown in a rot. The wardens defend a corpse against that which would revive it. We will not last here much longer. Not without food, building materials, medical supplies. I let Nadiran trade caravans slip past our patrols, but that's hardly enough. We need so much more. All of which your ambassador in Paradise could provide. If I could only start the conversation.
Bin fasziniert. Angenommen, ich kann helfen.
Information. You're looking for another path to the garden. I don't know if there is one, but I know who might. You were right, you know. The Stilgarot are in the mines at Mount Forja, looking for the garden even as we speak. If they haven't found what you're looking for, they will soon. I hear their commander is a determined woman.
Warum machst du es Mihala nicht
Because
mehr?
I know how she'd react. Mihala would have had us rushing headlong to our deaths fighting the Steel Garrote. She does not care about how this situation could advantage us. The garden does not matter to me. Whether it's you or the Steel Garrote who find it, I don't care.
Was dann für dich
My
wichtig?
people. Every person who is alive now, and every generation to come. The Inquisitor is a questionable creature, but she might be all that stands between us and doom. She has the Ambassador's ear. With her support, he might agree to trade with us.
Ja, du brauchst ihre
It
Unterstützung
doesn't
nicht.
matter how reasonable he is if I don't have his ear. I am an aging dwarf from a small, fanatical order on the ass end of a volcanic wasteland. Against Mihala's wishes, I have written to him many times. He refuses to lend his ear. But if a powerful ally were to speak on my behalf, there might be something I could offer him. Something like the keep.
You give them the keep? Have you lost your Sunday mind?
I understand ridding yourselves of the keep, but to help the Steel Garrote? Disgusting.
The keep. Its inane traditions. None of that means anything to me. I want to offer up Solace Keep to Adir and the Steel Garrote in exchange for goods and gold. Its existence has cost us so much. The least it can do is buy a future for our people.
Das Fest aufgeben muss man doch nicht. Ja, es ist schon
Kind
irgendwie was
words I
dran.
did not think I would hear. I doubt she will, though. Mihala believes your empire cannot see us as anything but rivals. After Fior, I suspect you Adirans think of the people of the Living Lands as little more than bugs to be crushed. If you think of us at all. An agreement may protect us from dying from deprivation, and perhaps also keep us safe from Adir's hunger.
Das würde euch ja alle verändern.
Yes, and that change would be an excellent one. We would be free of this keep, and able to explore, to breathe again. It might seem a foolish idea, but better to be a fool who tried than a coward who did not. Your quest for the garden is also a fool's errand.
Gut, aus deiner Meinung haben wir
And
nicht die
you've
Meinung.
shared them all with me. I want you to get what you want, Envoy. My hope is that you don't kill the Inquisitor before I get what I want too.
Aber die ist außer
Of
Kontrolle.
course. But need she be stopped by you? Now?
No.
In any case, the Steel Garrote are at the Mount Forja mines. To get there, head west across the primordial depths. Do as you will. I believe the Pargrunen and the Adirans can forge a mutually beneficial alliance. That will not happen if there is unnecessary bloodshed. Also,
Was wäre das?
well, if you happen to head north, you might pass by the Living Archives, a monastery dedicated to preserving our history. The monastery hasn't been in touch in days, and I can't spare a warden to check on them. Oh, please, look in on them, if you can.
Right, I get it. He wants us to run his errands.
I do, Marius, because I trust you. And by extension, I trust the envoy. Is that so outrageous? You were missed here. Whatever the front I put forward may have led you to believe.
You have a funny way of showing it.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, envoy.
Ja, ich gehe da eh hin. Ich gehe zu
They are
ihnen.
to the north of Solace Keep, along the main road. And beware, if my warden's reports are accurate, there are a considerable number of Zarips between here and there. Look for Elder Grigor at the archives. He should be able to give you a full accounting. I pray nothing terrible has happened. Thank you for this, envoy. You are more than the villains your people are made out to be.
Ein Verräter irgendwie, aber irgendwie auch nicht. Nun gut. Ich bedanke mich auf jeden Fall fürs Zusehen und wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Macht's gut, bis hin. Tschüssi.